You gonna say it like that the whole time?
No, I can't see.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm RileyChaseFox, and I am again joined with Jonathan William Michelle, and today we are going to talk about My Hero Academia.
Woo!
Let's go ahead and start it.
Plus Ultra.
So, before we go ahead and get on to the review, we definitely want to go ahead and announce the winners of the giveaway. So, for the Deku Funko Pop, we have the winner being, it is going to be Destrus_A. So, Destrus_A, I will be getting in contact with you very, very soon.
On Instagram.
On Instagram or email or whatever. So, more than likely Instagram. And then I will go ahead and let you know what you need to do in order for me to send this to you. As well, for the free Risk Takers t-shirt giveaway, that is going to be Beast Mode Squats. So Beast Mode Squats, I will go ahead and getting in contact with you through Instagram so you can let me know where I need to send this to. Definitely. So those are the winners. Thank you guys for participating. We will be doing giveaways again in the future. So thank you again. So let's go ahead and get this started.
Let's get into the episode.
Okay. So we have the episode starting where Blood King, the teacher of Class B, is telling his students that they are bad. They need to get, they basically need to get better because their quirks they're strong. They have a lot of good they have a lot of strong students in there that have really good quirks. It's just they need to be able to keep up with Class A and use their quirks to the advantage.
Yeah.
To basically the best of what their quirks can do.
He's basically telling them to step their game up because Class A is taking all the glory.
Dude, they're on like a whole nother level, dude.
Like everyone knows Class A. They're all famous and stuff.
Already just being students.
Yeah.
Just
first
being
years
students.
too.
And first years.
Yep.
So the next one, we know that the title is called Coda. So we know that this has a lot to do with the child Coda. We know that this arc is going to speak a lot about him, about his parents, and it's going to be, he's very important to this arc individually.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can go ahead and talk about the next one.
Yeah, so the next scene we get Class A, and they're pretty much just like working out their quirks, trying to get them stronger. It's like, you know, when you're at the gym, you gotta, work out your muscles. That's what actually Blood King's telling Class B. He's like, we're gonna work out your quirks. We're gonna take them to the next level. So we get a really good look at everyone's weaknesses. They're pushing through their weaknesses in order to build their quirks as strong as they can. And then the pussycat, the Wild Pussycats come out, and we get introduced to the two other Pussycats that we didn't know before. Tora, who's the big buff Pussycat.
Big buff guy.
And then his power is pretty obvious. I'm pretty sure it's super strength.
He's super strength.
And then we get introduced to Ragdoll, who is actually a very important character in this arc.
Yes,
and,
we don't want to give any spoilers away to the anime watchers, but for the manga readers, we know what happens.
And we do learn her power because she says it.
Yes, she does say it, which is Search. So basically, Search allows her to monitor over 100 different people in a certain amount in a certain radius, allows them to search what their quirk is and what the weakness is. So that's obviously an insanely powerful quirk itself. The next thing we have is
Catman fighting Deku.
Catman fighting Deku. Yeah.
For some reason, he takes a specific liking to Deku.
He does take.
And then he's like, "Show me what you got." And then, he goes to punch. Tora, and then Tora just dodges it and kicks his butt. And then so that's how he's training.
Yeah, because in this scene, it shows the students practicing their quirks.
Yeah.
It shows them doing what they need to do in order to enhance it, to make it better.
We have the narrator. He's like telling what every student in Class A is doing to get better their quirks. You know, like the other kids are eating the. What's his name?
Sugar, which is eating the sugar to...
Sugar Rush guy. Yaoyorozo, she's eating, to build lipids so that way she can provide, do more, make more.
She can create more with those lipids. The more lipids in her body, the more that she can create.
Exactly. Everyone's just, doing their thing to get stronger quirks.
Stronger, yep.
And then that's and it's funny because the narrator's always the same, even though like he's nowhere. It's that Mike guy.
I really like Todoroki's training. Like, dude, like his quirk.
He's going from hot to cold, like
insane, bro. That, like, okay, if you think about all different kinds of shows or animes in general, characters that can use ice and fire are always insanely powerful. To know that a character has both of them,
yeah, and then even like
bro, just sets it on a whole nother level.
Yeah, even like the narrator, he's saying like kind of hints like, you know, maybe someday he'll be able to use both at the same time.
Exactly.
Which is, if you think about it, that's kind of like what
foreshadowing
he did.
too.
Yeah, foreshadowing, and that's kind of like what he did against Deku.
Yeah.
With that final attack that he used, and it was like super powerful.
Super powerful, dude.
Yep. And then that, and then Deku, he's just kind of flashbacking about how far he's come. And
before we advance, I'm gonna make an assumption. I'm gonna say that Todoroki ends up becoming the #2 hero in the future, based off of that, because we know that
Bakugo.
Over Bakugo, because we know that Deku says in the intro, this is a story of how he becomes the greatest hero.
So
we obviously know he's #1. Well, I'm gonna say Todoroki #2, like strong #2. Okay, so go ahead.
So Deku, he's
leave comment. Let us know what you think.
Leave your theories. So Deku, he's just thinking about how far he's come, and then Koda's listening in on like everything that's happening behind a tree. Then we go to the scene where they're having, you know, dinner and they're making curry.
Yeah, and they're making curry. And then we know that Deku kind of takes the curry to him. We kind of get a little bit of one-on-one with Koda, kind of learn a little bit about him. And then Deku mentions his parents, because remember, Deku is the type of character that knows all kinds of heroes. He knows all the names.
Yeah, he has a book.
He has a book based on all of them, so he already knew who Koda's parents were.
And he knew how they died.
And he mentioned, yeah, the water hose heroes. So he knows how they died, and obviously Koda, Deku had hit the head on the nail. That upset Koda. Obviously, that's why he hates heroes, because his parents died. And then we
do find out though that Koda, he doesn't just hate heroes.
No,
he just hates quirks in the whole world.
Yeah, he hates the quirk overall.
Yeah, he just hates quirks. He hates villains. He hates heroes. He hates everything about the society that they live in. And then that's something that Deku points out. And then Deku, he like says that he has a friend who was
he was mentioning himself.
Yeah. Who has no quirks, and then he kind of like said that to try to inspire Koda, and then he realized that like nothing that he was saying was like kind of getting to him.
Yeah. Words were, at this point, the words were just meaningless,
because
Koda doesn't really know.
Yeah, he's already made up his mind.
He's already made up his mind.
He hates villains. He hates everything about quirks
in general.
And then Deku was kind of, I feel like Deku was trying to say this because he wanted like Koda to appreciate more like the quirks and stuff like that. But it wasn't working. But then we see a hole in the rock.
We see a hole in the rock. Now we don't know. There was assumption based off of, well, we already know basically about the rock, but you know, there's a damage in it, and there's kind of watermarks on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're watermarks or if they're just like, you know, that's just how they colored it or drew it.
When they colored it or
drew it. So it could be, we were assuming that it could have been Koda. He got angry or something, and he like just used his quirk and made like this hole in the rock.
Yep.
Or it was the villain, who we're gonna see in the next episode.
Because of the preview.
Yeah, and the preview we see him coming out of the cave that Koda is in. So he could have made that rock, that like hole in the rock.
We don't know.
So then we get the next scene, and it's with the villains all showing up on the top of that hill. And we get introduced to, like, you know, Lizard Dude, and like we see, like, we don't like really get too many of their names, but we see them like on top of this hill. And then who's like the leader of this group right here?
Right now, so far, it looks like it's pretty much Dabi. Like, Dabi's the one that's in control of everything, which is pretty much my favorite character right now. I like, well, not my favorite character, but the favorite villain so far.
The way he looks.
The way he looks, but how he is too. He's kind of a personality. He's very focused on what he wants to do. Very relentless. Doesn't show a lot of emotion. He's just focused on his task. I think that's pretty dope. And his quirk overall is cremation. So we know that he could cremate things. So we don't get to see too much of all of their abilities in this episode, but we're gonna definitely see it in the next one. So
what's interesting too is one of the villains, he's like a lizard guy, and he has like the same mask as Stain.
As Stain, because he respects Stain.
And we learned that from the manga. So he respects Stain a lot, and so does Dabi. Dabi respected Stain a lot, and they that's kind of why they joined the League of Villains, was because that's what really got them to join the League of Villains.
because of Stain. And we know that Dabi says that he's going to be the one to finish stains what he started.
Yeah.
So we definitely
so then after the villains show up, so we know they're there. But he says, Dabby, he tells like one of the guys, he's like, I'm so eager, I want to get down there. And then he's like, well, hold on, like
because there's still 3 missing.
Yeah, that's what he says. And then we go back to the training. We know that the remedial kids, they had extra teachings with Eraserhead. And they were up till like 2 a.m., woke up at 7, so they're like super tired. And then we kind of get like this weird scene where it's like Eraser is like, I want you guys to think about like where you started, like who you are and where you came from. And then like we get like, and then like he says that, and it really like the 3 little words, like those 3 little sayings that he says sticks with like the 3 guys that we're talking about before. It like zooms in on Todoroki, and he's like. Or Bakugo, and he's like, where I started, and then Todoroki's like, who I am, and then Deku, he's like, where I came from. And so it's weird because they're still focusing on those 3 characters, and I feel like that's going to be a common trend in this season.
A common trend, very common trend.
Focusing on those characters, and then Deku goes up to Eraserhead, and he asks for All Might. And he's like, hey, is All Might coming? It's been 3 days. And then Eraserhead tells him, obviously, that...
Well, yeah, that they can't because there's only a small portion of people that know that they're there, and they couldn't risk telling all of the heroes because they still think that there's a spy. There's a mole in the Hero Society. And because the League of Villains, they know that they're targeting All Might because All Might has put himself in a position to where all the healers are like... Or all the villains are like, if we don't get rid of All Might, we can't do anything. This guy has to die. He's our biggest obstacle. However, we know that the other heroes are still insanely powerful themselves, but All Might is kind of the backbone, is the one that they always rely on to finish the job.
Yeah, and they know that he's their target.
Yeah, they already know
like
that he's their target.
There, that's going to draw all the villains in. It's kind of like Goku. Like, Goku draws all the villains in. It's like All Might's going to draw all the villains in. So, the next scene, they're making food again. We get just like some comic relief, some like character development, like
Bakugo's a really good cook. Apparently,
really good.
He's really good at a lot of things. He's really good at a lot of things. Surprisingly,
he's very talented. So they're just cooking. We get some comic relief. We get some character like interactions, and then Deku, he asks Todoroki, like, because Todoroki actually asks Deku, he's like, so you were asking for All Might, and he was like, yeah. He's like, I asked Koda, like I found out that Koda, he hates this whole quirks in society and stuff like that, and he was like, and I was wondering what All Might would have said. So he was like, I wish All Might was here because he would have known what to tell Koda. And then he asked Shoto, he's like, so what do you like? What would you have said? And then he was like, and then Shoto really tells him like, he's like, at that point, he's like, words kind of become meaningless, and then actions matter more. And then Deku really like he remembers like when he first kind of met All Might, and All Might
when you say Bakugo,
when you say
the
Bakugo,
monster,
he just ran in, and then his actions is what got
is what inspired All Might
to go in.
And that's how it is kind of in real life too. It ties in, like if we sit here and we say like, oh, I love you, like we tell one of our family members or friend like, oh, I love you, but we never show it. How are they going to believe? Those are just meaningless words.
Yeah, it's like actions mean more.
Actions speak loud. Now, words are still very important, don't get me wrong, because words should be used to motivate and encourage and uplift. But if you're saying all of these things, but you're not practicing what you're preaching, then obviously, you're not going to grow. And this is going to help Deku grow as a hero as well. Because, got to realize he's still a kid. He's still a teenager. He doesn't have the mindset of an
And he's
adult.
a very emotional kid.
An emotional kid. Especially around that age, they're very emotional.
Yeah, so, and then that's kind of what Shoto was saying. Like, he was like, you have a way of, like, getting to people's hearts. Like, and it could be annoying. And he's like... Koda,
because it's true.
Yeah. And he's like, Koda, he doesn't need, like words aren't going to work in Koda. He needs to see action.
Yes, he's one of those kind of people.
Like, if you're going to get him to turn around, he needs to see what a hero is, not just be told what one is.
Yes. Exactly.
So the next scene, we go to the nighttime, and it's where they're gonna go play this game where it's Class A versus Class B, right? And they're trying to scare each other. So first Class B is gonna be scaring Class A, and so they get in.
And this is gonna help them use their quirks for different kinds of
without battle, it's like more of a strategy based type of deal. So Class A gets into groups of 2, and the remedial kids, though, they go with Eraserhead to go do like extra learning, like extra classes. So that's 5 students that leave, and then Deku, he gets put by himself.
By himself. Yeah.
So they go into these groups, And then this is where like everything starts happening, right?
Everything starts happening. This is where the villains start to come in. Oh, and it left off, dude, and I was just like, no, I wanted to see. I wanted to see them
next
fight,
episode's
dude.
gonna be good.
I was like, dude, I couldn't wait it. So we got to see, like, dude, they look so cool, dude, coming in.
This is gonna be tight. We're gonna get a lot of good fights, a lot of good battles.
A lot
good
of exciting
villains
fights.
are showing up.
Yeah.
This is where like it hits the fan right now.
Dude, My Hero is just insanely popular. Speaking of it, before I forget, we now know that My Hero Academia is going to be put on Toonami. So, why they waited 2 years, I don't know. Because with Black Clover, they almost put it on immediately.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, you know, kind of like why it took them so long to put My Hero.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia,
Biggest,
bro.
like, anime
Dude,
right
it's going to take over as the next popular action anime.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you start asking people about My Hero, and more than likely they probably at least heard
Any
it.
anime fan knows of My Hero.
Yeah,
you know?
so the hardcore ones.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
dude, super excited. It's gonna be put on Toonami on May 5th. So super excited for that. Why do you guys think it took them so long to put it on Toonami? I'm thinking it might have been a money issue.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it might have been a contract issue, because that's how it usually is.
Yeah.
On the producers and the creators, are like, well, you know what, we're in a contract. We can't get you full rights just yet. So I think that might have kind of could have been the issue itself right there. But that's it for the review. That's it right there, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I don't know why you guys do, but you do. Thank you, John and I appreciate it. We'll be back next week with another review. Hopefully we can start doing more reviews for more shows. Definitely maybe even do the reviews on the manga. You know,
like a weekly news thing.
A weekly news thing, yeah, maybe doing that. You know, definitely keeping people updated with what's going on with voice actors, with new animes, or directors. Anything that has to do with anime, definitely thinking about doing it. Like I said, yes.
That's it. Let's
That's
end up
it.
with a plus ultra.
Plus ultra. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep it out and we'll extend it, all right? So you go with the rat will go with the, all right. Plus ultra!